We have reached the end of ACA, but I will say it's probably the most important module out of all of them, and this is your CCC completion plan. So for this module, you're going to be mapping out all the courses that are left for you to complete, whether it be a certificate, a diploma, or a degree. We're going to go over how to register for classes and then also how to reach out to your advisor. Just like with Module 7, this is going to be a 2-week module. And so you are going to have a project check-in journal that is going to be due next week. And then the following week, the last assignment that you will submit for this course is your completion plan project. In terms of lesson content, there is a lot of important lesson content. This is where I would really encourage you to spend a lot of time before just delving into this project. The first video in the lesson content is going to go over how to make an academic plan in Carteret Compass. So how do you map out all the courses left to complete your program of study? If you want written directions, so with screenshots rather than the video, the written directions you can find in the document here. This video is going to go over when it's time to register for classes, how do you search the course catalog, how do you find classes, how do you find the sections for those classes. Speaking of sections, so in the course catalog, each course has a section number and there may be letters involved in that section number, and so this is just giving you a key to what those letters mean. And then the last video here is going to go over contacting your advisor and actually the steps to registering for classes. So when contacting your advisor, if you would like to use one of the templates that are provided here, you absolutely can. You can modify it and make it your own. Don't feel obligated to use this template, but they are here for you in case you would like to use them. For your check-in journal, this is just like before Module 7. There is no Word document that you submit. It's going to be a text box entry. So when you hit Start Assignment, you can just start typing. I want to check in with you about this project. First of all, review the project and then start asking your questions here. So with this journal, yes, you'll get a grade for it, but there's really no right or wrong answer. I just want to know, are you encountering any issues? What are your next steps? And then what kind of questions that you have. I will read these journals after the due date next week and then follow up with you via email if there's something that I feel like, okay, we need to talk about this via email before you turn in this final project. Speaking of the final project, this last assignment that you will do for ACA, the completion plan project, make sure you read the directions very carefully for this assignment. You will notice two different projects that are linked here. The first one is going to be for the majority of students. These are students that are not completing anything health sciences related. There is a separate project for those students that are completing health sciences programs. So that includes EMS, medical assisting, nursing, radiography, respiratory therapy, or social and human services. Why do they have a separate project? Health sciences is a little bit different because you have competitive admission. So the steps to completing a program, it's a lot different than say you were doing welding or university transfer. The majority will complete the first one. Those that are interested in health sciences will complete the second one. Again, you do not need to do both projects. To receive full credit for these projects, you will see here, you're going to be mapping out courses you need to complete your degree, diploma, or certificate. You're going to be using Carteret Compass for that. And then the second part of the project is you're going to draft and send an email to your advisor to discuss your academic plan or to schedule a time to meet for advising and registration. You have a couple of options with that email. You can copy me on that email, or if you've already reached out to your advisor, then you can just forward me a copy of your previous email correspondence. So those are the two major parts, mapping out the courses and then sending an email to your advisor. Again, you'll complete the document here, but those are the major components of the project. Since this project is complex, it's probably the most complex project you've done in ACA thus far. There's an example completed project of the first one here, just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm looking for. Absolutely, now is the time to ask questions because this is a very important part of ACA, is helping you, figure out what comes next after you leave ACA. Our goal in ACA is to take you from registering in the MAP Center, which is what all new students do, and we are kind of the bridge between that and your academic advisor. And this is where you're doing that as part of this project. So ask any question that you have, no matter how small, no matter how big. We are here to help you finish this project and finish this course successfully.